Let's fucking go. Day 200 of me trying to create the next Harry Potter level book series. Now, 6 months ago, I said a 10-year ago of me trying to create a fantasy universe on the same level of Harry Potter. Rowling spent 17 years building the entire Harry Potter world, but I'm only giving myself 10 years. I hope this will inspire more people to set bigger goals, because in my experience so far, it brings such like a great meaning and a great drive when you have a massive goal. That's probably one of the biggest things I've learned since I set this 10-year ago. Now, for the documentation, these videos are basically very straightforward. I'm going to tell you what I've worked on. I'm going to tell you sort of what's difficult, what's on my mind at the moment, and then we're gonna end it right there, to be honest. So, I'm just gonna scratch this. So for what I've done actually today, I'm going to have to be honest. I wrote 214 words. If you're a skeptic motherfucker, here's the living proof. That's it. That's the living proof. 218 words. Sorry, I'm a fucking liar. My bad. Now, I wrote only 200 words-ish for today, even though I usually like write 400, 500, 600, 700 even on a good day. And one of like the problems when I'm writing, one of the big problems I've been struggling with, and it sounds fucking like embarrassing to say it, but sexual thoughts. Like literally, yeah, I know. So when I write, I sometimes like they fucking distract me. They distract me. I'll be honest with you. That's probably been like the biggest struggle I have had at the moment with writing. Well, like while I'm writing, while I'm trying to build this book series, that suddenly I get these thoughts, and it happens to everyone, even though no one talks about it really. But that's the thing I've been struggling with just in general in my writing sessions. I'm getting better at it. So that's one step in the right direction, I guess. But yeah, when it comes to my craft, I'm trying to bring more like depth into how does my main character's fictional like home place like look like. There's certain things like the streets my main character lives in. My main character, if you don't know, is Roman Elias Mercer, and he lives in London. Not in London, but on the right side, out in like a city, not a city, a town like Essex, but a fictional one I call Stillwater Way. And I'm trying to map out like where does he come from. Like, I haven't really created any backstory yet, like for any of my characters, which I definitely should get going with. I've basically just been writing inside the world, getting better vocabulary, putting that vocabulary in use in my writing, because writing is like, it's the tangible thing, it's the tangible output, whether you're actually building a book or a book series or trilogy or whatever you're doing. It's literally like the proof that you're actually doing something. And also just randomly, like one thing that very much inspires me, you can probably see that there's a new poster on my wall there of Game of Thrones, Westeros. Like the way George R. R. Martin operates when it comes to building a series is such an attractive way of operating as a writer, in my opinion. He basically doesn't have any notebooks, really. I know J.K. Rowling wrote like a lot of things in notebooks, backstory, what if questions, just completely random details, etc. about characters and whatever. But George R. R. Martin, he operates from the mind. He lives in the mind. He figures out the world in his mind, and then he writes it like out. I kind of have been trying that way of writing for the past few weeks, I guess. And I find it's quite enjoyable. I just need to get better at actually writing. And yeah, I think following my curiosity in what I want to write as well is very smart too, because if you find like a way to, like, let's say you sit down. For example, my environment here in the room is very like locked in for writing. It's the thing I do here. I don't really do that many else things other than sleep, for example. But if it's writing, which is the only choice here in the room, and it's basically just, okay, I have to just decide like which scene I want to write, and I just follow my curiosity when it comes to that. I think that's very powerful, and you get so much more like sucked into deep work when you follow your curiosity too. That's what I've done and experienced with, at least. So I'm going to end it here. That's a short like explanation of what I've been doing. For the particular scene, I wrote about Roman within a warrior school. When he just woke up, that was the 200 words. When he woke up, he saw some classmates walking around, etc. Nothing too crazy. So yeah, that's one more day on a very long journey. Take care.